Hi, this is Anthony Magnabosco, and you're watching Atheist Edge.
And George C. Scott tried to sue him on that.
It was brilliant, though. Like,
Yes.
When I hear
Which kind of proves
Why
that
the
it's
fuck are we
bullshit.
playing music?
Yeah.
It should be emergency broadcasts only. So he came in and says, well, we're playing music, so we've obviously been punked. We need to recall the nuclear strike on Russia.
Okay.
Because they're already crossing the border into Russia. We need to end this because obviously we're not really at war.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
And he
we're
just
not
told
really
him to
at war.
shut up and sit down because he's about to tell what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it has the weird hair and the glasses.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's also Peter Sellers.
And who the hell?
Okay.
Who is he?
Well, and Peter Sellers is the first guy too.
What
Peter
role is
Sellers
he
is the
then?
He's the
president?
British.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
we don't know yet?
Him.
Yeah.
All right.
Than me. 'Cause I was
It's a
severely
build-up.
confused.
It's
Well,
a
what we
build-up
haven't
to a
figured
thing
out
that's
yet-
happening
But that's
later,
why
yeah.
they have this segment in the movie to explain what the fuck's happening.
They've just
But I
gotten
get
to
it
the
now.
point where they
But this is
realize
very good and interesting. I was just confused as fuck.
that Commander Loopy just might be a bit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What's
I
the
don't
thing
know how
about the
much-
fluids?
You have to watch.
We don't know yet. Okay.
I don't
watch.
understand what's happening.
I wish I knew.
I think that's
exactly
been
what
mentioned
that
3
fluids
times now.
meant.
That's been mentioned 3 times now. I'm actually like kind of
I'm
psyched just
intrigued,
to
yeah.
learn what's gonna happen. What?
Fluids.
Yeah. I kind of figured.
Making this good is the really real moral questions that are being raised.
Yeah, and pragmatism actually plays.
To
Yeah,
me,
at what
it's-
point
some of
do
this
you-
comedy, it is funny, but some of it, to me, it's like irrelevant because it's for me, it's right now, it's more about the concept.
To me,
they're dealing
like
with.
that
There
whole
are
war room
actually-
segment is do the ends justify the means?
Yeah, the funny thing is that there's like maybe 10 jokes in this whole movie.
It's just kind of like a
No, more than that. You think?
No,
it's,
they're
it's like a partly
We've already
comedic
heard-
Black Mirror,
We've already heard, I
Yeah.
think, 3 or 4 of them.
and I fucking love Black Mirror.
Yeah, it is kind of like Black Mirror.
I love
Season
Black Mirror.
Oh, like
Sucks,
like overt jokes, not
Yeah.
subtle. Yeah.
The rest of it is just the situation. It's like
meta.
it's not
It's
a
very
joke
meta.
the way George C. Scott was
Exactly.
portraying. You know, he's not crazy, but when you listen to him, you would think that
there's
guy's
a grain
nuts.
there's a grain of truth to what he's saying though, in a
Yeah,
sense. though.
but he's in a room with crazy people.
yeah, like he's trying
But
to be
he's
the
not
most
the crazy
sane
one,
person
but when
among
you-
them. Yeah.
But when you listen to him, I mean, when you really listen to him, that guy's fucking nuts.
Who's not
Yeah,
crazy?
he's
George
praising
C.
the general
Scott's
at the same
character
time he's saying
He's
is
saying
not-
we're trying to like limit
No, he's not
the
crazy. He
most
just-
amount of human like
he's
death
been in
and
the
suffering as we
military.
can.
He's been in it. So,
No, he's trying to manipulate the situation
But yeah,
But
and
he's
the only way
saying
that
if you take what he's saying at
because
face
he
value.
was obviously part of this decision.
No, I think he kind of resigned himself to being a part of it because he didn't see any kind of alternative.
And the president is trying
I
to
don't think he
find
was-
an alternative.
yeah, well,
Which
George C.
didn't
Scott
seem
was
very-
like his character is
But
writing.
all he's getting is the opinion of this one guy. He doesn't know yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's interested in
Yeah,
trying
we haven't
to
even seen
prevent the situation.
Peter Sellers' other characters
Scott's
in the
character-
movie yet.
We haven't seen the other crazy people
Yeah,
except for
and
the
there's some
commander.
other characters that are.
We've only seen the commander. We have, but now Scott's character is not supposed to be crazy, but he's definitely riding that line.
Yeah,
Because
he's
look how
supposed
he
to be the
started.
voice of reason, but yet on the edge of being a nut job. Yeah.
Yeah.
he's gung ho for war. I
Well,
mean,
the only
Yeah,
person,
he's a very aggressive personality.
the only person that
type,
seems
for sure.
sane in this whole thing so far is the president.
President.
And so,
Because the
And
other guy
Peter Sellers'
seems
other
seems to have a clear agenda and to be
Peter-
manipulating a situation or part
Yeah.
of it directly.
Peter Sellers' other character, the British officer,
Mhm.
he's also sane.
He seems
Mandrake.
To be, yeah.
although they kind of neuter him a little bit in the sense that he didn't have any answers.
Was this
when
a
that
book
general
first?
Goes, hey, so what was the alternative to us sending everybody in?
He wasn't
And
expecting
he goes,
the doors to be. He wasn't.
I don't know, like.
He wasn't expecting the doors to be preset that you can't unlock them once they're locked.
mhm.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
instructed to lock the doors, and he doesn't realize he's locked himself into the room. How would he predict that?
Yeah.
Yeah, your
didn't-
subordinates don't think you're going to go crazy.
Exactly.
Was this a book
If
first?
If your general
No, I
goes
think
crazy,
so.
what do you? Mandrake is a root?
Yeah, but it was used in magical incantations. There's like sub levels of. Maybe he was
meta
thinking.
analysis
Yeah, he was.
thing.
The general is
Thinking
called
levels
Jack
deep.
Ripper.
Yeah,
So-
and now so you're aware that there is one actual crazy guy and one guy who seems crazy. You don't know how crazy the actual crazy guy
I
is
think the
yet.
the first general was the actual crazy motherfucker.
The commander that locked everything
Yeah.
down? Yeah, but you don't know how bad he is yet.
Not like we haven't gotten into the levels of how fucking
Yeah.
psychotic that dude is. Yeah.
And you haven't met the
the doctor, the fucking
exactly
yeah.
right.
Can you play back and test the audio?
Good idea. Let me finish this thought. Good job. Good job, TJ.
Oh my god, that was funny.
I don't even need to put a soundboard on this video. You did one for me.
Go to the closet.
Here's where my brain has been like throughout most of this movie. Like, when do you refuse an order? Because from my perspective,
You never do.
we killed and captured 168 suspected terrorists my last tour in Iraq. Every one of those 168, when I was over there, I never questioned whether they were
Right.
good targets or not, high value individuals, or if we were just told to go kill innocent. Theoretically, they could have told me to go and kill just innocent people, and I would have done it.
Yeah. And
I
that may
relied
have-
on
and
the
that may have
intel
been
of
the
others.
case.
Yes. Well, I don't think it was. I still don't, but theoretically,
Well, you never know.
yes.
Because, but you're trained specifically to not do that because it is a danger to national security if you question things like that.
You can't. You're not supposed to obey an unlawful order, but you don't know if it's lawful until afterwards.
Exactly.
And you can't question an order until after it's been completed.
There are exceptions,
I have a
even,
question.
even for
I have a
unlawful
question.
orders.
Unless it's an unlawful.
Was
Was
there
it?
a front line in Afghanistan?
No, there's no
But
lines.
it's almost impossible for
So
you to determine that it's unlawful.
your commanding officer could have went bunkers.
Yes, theoretically, yes. Any
But
percentage
you
of those
might have been a man
168.
great.
Do you know what the
Yep.
policy that changed was?
I can't remember it.
How would you?
That'd
I
be
mean, what's
If
the
your
time?
commander said, "We're going over that next ridge,"
Well,
we're all
we're,
going.
no, we operated from
Serious loophole
set
that they're
static
talking
bases.
about.
I know.
I was gonna say,
But
you
he
were
said,
kind of a.
"You're not going to do that."
I was not a fobbit.
No,
Do
you
not
were-
say I was a fobbit.
You weren't a door kicker. You were a.
No, I
hey,
went
you
for it.
told
Because
people
there's
what
the
doors to
nature of
kick
checks
in.
and balances.
But I was there in
That's
the.
what they had to check.
I piled up
Vetted.
with them.
Right,
I just
because
wasn't
He had found
that one
wasn't
actually
in a
kicking in the
policy
door.
that actually-
Wartime at the
They-
time,
well-
or are they creating
This
war?
is a
They're
right?
complete
creating the
fiction.
war.
Okay.
The
It's-
commander made
So
a-
these guys have no idea what the fuck's
No,
happening.
well, I'll explain. The commander said, "We are at war. We have been attacked," and he set all of these things in motion because of this loophole that was. All he had to do was announce that we've been attacked, and that
It was
gave
a
him the
retaliatory
precedent.
thing. They didn't
I see.
initiate it technically. They used a not it's a loophole, but they
And nobody notices that they're not really attacked because he's already secured everybody's radio.
Right.
Right,
That was
okay.
the point of
Yeah,
him
Taking all the
So
radio.
recounting all the
So
radio.
then he tells everybody that the Russians are going to come in American uniforms,
I'll take a photo.
Oh, okay.
and the president, because he's shut down all the phone lines,
That'd be
the
great.
president is trying to
countermand
get
that,
his
yeah.
people into the base to force the guy to talk to him. The guy knows that that's coming, so he told everybody there would be in American uniforms. There are the American uniforms, so they're firing on them.
She was asking, were we at peacetime prior to all this?
We were at peacetime.
Yes.
He made up the war that never existed.
Right. It was a Cold War.
So these guys are attacking Americans right now?
Right.
Yeah.
Those guys in trucks were sent by the president to get the commander to get on the phone.
Oh, these are the people that if
He
anybody
said-
enters.
You remember the guy that said my guys won't have any problem brushing those other people
Right,
aside?
right.
That's
got it.
his guys.
Yes.
Yes, this is
Got
friendly
it.
fire.
Yes, this
That's
is
what
Got
she's
friendly.
it.
Yeah,
asking.
this is
Got
friendly
it.
fire. Yeah.
Got it.
And also, what would happen to an American general if he got his people to fire on other American troops?
He'd be done.
If I could, all you need to fire on someone in Iraq is HI and PD. If we could, if those guys behind the machine guns identified them as U.S. soldier
Foreign
combatants,
and domestic.
yeah, you.
Foreign and domestic.
No matter what your orders are, you stop firing.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, what would happen to the general if they
Yes.
find out that he lied to them? What would
Yeah,
what
what
would
about-
happen to the general?
Here's the situation. So
Oh,
general
God.
would be
the commander told his people that they
Oh.
were about to be infiltrated by Russians
This is treason.
disguised as Americans.
yeah.
So
Right.
they have already identified
Oh,
that
no
it is the Americans
shit.
that are the enemy.
So their
No
rules of engagement
shit.
have practically
The
changed.
ROEs changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they warn them ahead of time that they might
Right.
be disguised as Americans.
It's saying anybody, no matter who it is, no matter how they're dressed.
Yes,
Son of a
exactly.
bitch.
What would
Because
happen
of
to
the
that general?
nuclear,
He
That's
would be killed.
ruthless.
because of the nuclear nature of the strike.
So
that
we
they're
have
trying
no
to
idea
carry
the
out.
motivation of this person
That's
yet.
goddamn
No,
ruthless.
not
Got it.
completely.
I
Got
would
it.
not want to be in that situation.
Don't understand anything he said besides da. None
Yes,
of the rest of it
which
even
means
sounds
yes.
like Russian.
Yeah.
You took Russian.
Yeah,
That didn't sound Russian to me.
it didn't. I mean, he's Patagonia. What Russian word is Patagonia?
It almost was a made-up language.
Maybe they're old friends and they're talking in
Some other
It's a
regional
dialect. It's a
dialect.
regional dialect or something, maybe.
Only because my mother is a dental hygienist, retired. Fluoride in the water is not only so small it's not, could never ever be harmful even if you drink a shit ton of it, but fluoride is also what helps, like, strengthens enamel and helps you actually have healthier teeth. The only reason I know this is because I spent time in Maine where a lot of people drink well water that's not treated with fluoride, and there's a lot of missing teeth. That's all I have to say of that.
Yeah,
You
I've seen-
disagree, right?
I've seen a study about
Oh,
that.
I don't know. I've
Wait,
heard.
listen.
I showed there was one study where they took pictures of people's teeth and how teeth are rotted, and then they had this fluoridation and everything, and the teeth are a bit cleaner and everything. But I remember my mother is one of those people that buys into every goddamn paranoid conspiracy theory there is,
Yeah.
and she believed and honestly told me in 1974 when I was 12 that fluoridation is a communist plot. When this movie came out.
It's like
I don't know
putting
about
vaccines.
communist plot,
It's like linking
That's what she
vaccines with
said.
autism. It's just like
Did it-
bullshit.
She said it was a communist plot.
It doesn't have
This
any
movie
kind of
came out in-
psychoactive effects on.
This
on
movie came out in
populace.
1964.
No.
I'm sure she saw it.
No,
Or
not
maybe something
It's
like
in your
64?
toothpaste.
It's more than
at a
just
much
this
higher
movie, though.
concentration than it is in the water.
But you don't swallow it.
Forgot what I was going to say.
Fluoride
August
is,
4th?
Yeah,
is
that's
an
because it's at a
insecticide.
higher concentration. You're not supposed to swallow it, but it's at a much lower concentration for water. But over time, a small dosage, that's what it's for, and,
I was going to
and it
ask
definitely
you,
is helpful.
is there a difference between fluoride and fluorine?
I don't know fluorine.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm talking about fluoride.
Fluorine is the actual
that
element
Right.
I
used
don't
in
know.
fluoride, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I agree with everything you're saying. August 4th, you've heard of Noel Plum? You know Noel Plum. We got him on August 4th, and we got a evangelical,
Part of
a young earth creationist. He thinks the earth is 6,000 years old. We also have a flat earther who's a NASA skeptic,
Oh.
and he doesn't believe in space or planets. He thinks the earth has a
Dude.
dome
Are they
over
going to
it.
be here in the house?
If we could
It's
break
gonna be a
into
live
the
show. I
fucking
can
flat
pipe
Earth
you in, though, if you
debunking,
want.
Guys, talking at the same time, people.
Sorry.
that would be fucking awesome.
I'm just when we watch videos back and people are talking at the same time, like
Oh,
it's
I know.
impossible.
Yes.
So we
true.
got to be careful about that.
It's a 6-person panel. I can pipe you in if you want to. It's August
I would.
4th.
I'm not doing anything that day.
Please do.
I'll send you the join link.
Yeah, I would love
I-
to be. Gin and
Yes.
tonic. Fuck,
Yes.
I
I
should've-
haven't
Can you
had,
make her a gin and
I
tonic?
haven't
though?
had gin by itself. That
I
might be
should've brought
disgusting.
No,
you
you don't
know-
want. Gin sucks by itself.
Seriously, it kind of does. I'm
People
not.
do drink
Dude, I
gin
like juniper.
martinis. They're
Juniper
like
berries are
fucking
nasty,
gin.
dude.
But he could have came up with any reason for this guy to go wacko, and this is like the lowest, the lowest reason you could think of to start a nuclear war is the water is not pure enough.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he gave that as a reason. I think he's just using it as a for instance or something.
No,
I mean,
this guy is like thinking that
he
only
yeah,
drinks
but he's
pure
not basing
water.
his entire decision on that
Yes, he is.
one.
yes, he
He
is.
said that commies under no circumstances will drink water.
Yeah.
And that he will only drink
That was the
purified
fluids.
Yeah,
That was the
fluids.
fluids he been talking about the whole time.
water. Precious bodily
The
fluids.
bodily precious.
And they're being taken over by the commies.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe that's the maybe that's the comedic aspect.
No, it gets
Yeah.
worse.
Oh
I thought
no,
maybe-
it gets worse.
I thought-
Yeah, because what's that doctor with the crazy hair or whatever?
We haven't seen him
We
yet.
haven't even
Seen him
seen
yet.
him yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Because
leave
I've
this
heard he's a
room.
big part of the. He's
Oh,
a
he's-
big part of the.
He's
of
the mo- yeah, he's my favorite
Ties
character.
it all together, you might
He's
think.
my favorite character in
He
the film.
ties it all together, you might say.
But I thought maybe that might go for contrails or
Is there anybody in this
Chemtrails?
house?
contrail, yeah, contrails.
Is there
anything, but no,
anybody
it's
in
water.
this house by any chance at all who has not seen The Big Lebowski?
I'm a Judas Priest.
Well, that's my
Me
purse
too.
in your bag.
Yeah.
Who
I've
has
seen the
what?
Lebowski,
There might be some things we
and it's
disagree
an
on, but
okay
we can
movie.
fucking agree on one thing: the dude abides.
I too am a Judas priest.
I am too. It's part of my
This
email
aggression will not
signature.
stand, man.
Yeah, it really tied. That rug really tied the room together,
I love that
man.
movie.
Of what?
I played Blues Brothers for my wife and she didn't like
Oh,
it.
Blues
I-
Brothers.
You gotta be the
Who
only
doesn't
person
like
on
the
the
Blues
planet
Brothers?
that doesn't like this movie.
If
If there is an attack, if there is a nuclear attack on Russia, they have built this thing called the Doomsday device.
Right.
That if a single nuclear bomb goes off in Russia, this device will destroy all life on Earth.
Right.
And it is meant to be a deterrent
An
against
ultimate
anyone,
deterrent, yeah.
anybody ever attacking.
Right.
And Strangelove said, but the purpose of that is lost if you keep it a secret.
Yes, yes,
Did you tell anyone?
I got that.
It was meant to be a surprise.
No,
He likes
the
surprises.
guy made it a reference at the end that I don't know.
What was that?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I got that.
Red dog.
You know, the
This
premier likes
puppy
to
is so cute.
likes to have little surprises.
He's an attention whore. The more you pet him, the more he'll want to be pet.
Okay. I love Strangelove's character. Every time he speaks. And salt. And so he thinks there's a conspiracy to fluoridate everything.
And ice cream.
This guy?
The Captain Crazy, yes.
Okay.
With the M60
General, yeah.
in his
Jack
golf
Ripper.
cart.
That's part of the motivation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because he doesn't want everything to be fluoridated.
We have finally learned he's completely off his tits.
You guys
No, we
realize
still don't know how we still don't know how crazy he
you guys
is.
realize this is so relevant to our recent banner campaign. Like this is red
Or
scare.
our presidential administration currently.
Mm-hmm.
That too.
All this
And Alex
hyperbole.
Jones.
Oh well, it's
Yeah.
well, Alex Jones
The,
isn't
the
facing-
gay frogs.
Alex Jones got heavily demonetized. The president, if he has any intellect
Oh, he was
at all, though
scrubbed.
this is not evident, has just been informed in the last 2 days that once he is no longer president, he is very likely to go to prison.
Yep.
Okay.
He has to know that.
What's he going to do about that?
He's going to try to
Get
get reelected,
reelected?
so there's a statute of limitations.
And
Uh-huh.
he also may try to start a war to
Maintain.
boost his-
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Exactly.
Boost his what?
Oh.
So would somebody be holding an M60 like that?
That's not an
After
M60,
he
it's a
shot it
50
a couple
caliber.
times, huh?
It's a 50 caliber.
Or whatever. I mean,
Meaning
he's
that-
he's
Well,
only
what do
about
you
you
a
see
barrel.
the holes in the side of the barrel?
Yeah,
That's for cooling.
yeah, but
So
still,
he's got an interior barrel. That
Yeah.
the interior barrel is the one that's too hot to hold.
Ah.
Multi-crew served. It's you
Oh,
can't.
boy.
That's why he kept calling for someone to
Yeah.
belt feed him.
I love this.
I first became aware of it, Mandrake, during the physical act of love. Yes,
I
You know
deny
that's
them.
Taoist sexuality, right?
I
Taoist.
was not aware of it.
That's yin and yang. So the yin is a masculine essence.
Yes.
And
Male, hard, and dry.
When men ejaculate, that's their essence leaving their body.
Yep.
Which is why, in the Taoist culture, the female orgasm is supposed to give their essence away.
It's a receptive essence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but no, it's not receptive. Well, it's both. But
Mm.
but the reason that they have better sex basically is that the female orgasm is supposed to happen as many times as possible before the male one, because it's supposed to give all more and more and more energy to the man.
Actually, me and you
And
agree on
then-
that.
That's
And then
not-
and then the man's under because it's supposed to be like a draining thing. Obviously, yes, it is for
Right.
male orgasm.
She's
but,
extracting his essence. Yes.
Right. But that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So
That's
don't
exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about there being an energizing nature to the female orgasm versus the draining
yeah.
nature of
That's
the
not
male
good
orgasm.
science, though.
So
You know,
no,
bo-
well-
boxers are
No.
told to not
It's
have
super-
sex the night before a fight.
Yeah. And you
you'll-
shouldn't,
It'll,
because it-
it'll make your legs weak. It's fucking.
So in essence, because he couldn't
In
get a woman
essence.
to orgasm, they're going to war.
No, the opposite. It's his idea of like he said that that's
He doesn't
that's
avoid
Taoist
women.
sexuality.
Yeah.
That's what he
Yeah,
said.
he denies the women his
Huh?
essence, which means he doesn't
I think it's
allow
Right.
himself orgasm.
Right.
Oh.
He
This is
said
after
that it would take 2
Enigma
days
machine.
Uh-huh.
to go through all 17,000 different
Permutations.
combinations,
Yeah.
permutations of the three.
But not
Letter
with the
code.
Turing machine.
But they'd have to
When is
submit
this
it
over?
to the pilots,
It's almost.
and they'd have to. That would be in real
10 minutes.
time. They couldn't do it
20.
virtually.
I'm gonna feed the
Yeah.
dogs.
Yes. So the only way to call back the fleet is they have
Just feed 'em.
Intermission, I mean,
You can just feed 'em.
they have an hour, or they
you
had
can,
an hour.
when you're watching a movie.
To stop it if they were to know the
Yes.
code. But they.
And because
yeah.
of the way the communication was
I don't
blocked,
sure.
you
I
can't
do.
get a
I
message
hardly
through
ever
to the plane
recording.
unless the
gonna
message is
wait,
preceded
okay?
by this 3-letter
After the
code.
movie.
Mhm.
And it has to be the correct 3-letter code because you can't send the wrong one first. It's got to be
Yeah.
the right one
And
first
they have to
time.
read it.
Yes.
Human beings have to read it.
So you have 1 hour.
So
to
it
figure
wasn't
out.
like they could do it
You get a shit ton of
instantaneously with
people to
a
work on
shit.
different
Yeah,
combinations.
exactly.
So it was going to take 2 days to do this, and they had 1 hour to do it. You think it's ridiculous?
No, I'm
Right.
saying this.
Well,
This thing.
yeah, it is.
That
But,
is.
but
Not the movie.
when they were filming this, George C. Scott's character, right now in this scene, right, he was told that they were doing like a practice run to check lights or whatever. Stanley Kubrick lied to George C. Scott and told him to really, really ham it up. And Scott did not want to do it because he said he doesn't want this kind of thing to be reflected against his acting career. And they says, don't worry, we're not going to use it.
Yeah.
But just really have fun with it. It's all good. It's just between us. Nobody will ever see it. But he aired it anyway. It's in the movie.
Didn't hit the cutting room
and
floor.
Scott, if I remember correctly, Scott tried to sue.
Oh.
Really?
Tried to sue over this
Even though it was one of the best scenes in the movie.
because the director lied to him.
Yeah.
Even after.
Thank the universe that he did.
No, but
You know?
even after that, he realized it was one of the best scenes in the movie. He still had a problem with it.
I'm trying to remember what the details were because there was some reconciliation eventually. And yes, George C. Scott actually did end up playing crazier characters later on.
Yeah, like.
But he didn't want to be portrayed as somebody who played crazy.
Oh,
Now I
Jackass.
can think of two movies
Oh, yeah.
where George C. Scott has
Deer
played
Hunter?
definitely
What
crazy
movie?
fucking characters.
What movie was it?
One of them was a Disney movie called Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
played the villain in that.
Yeah.
And the other one was he was playing against Martin Sheen.
Yes, the Vietnam movie. Shit.
It was
not
it,
the Deer Hunter.
what
Was not
was
the
it?
Deer Hunter.
it was the
but
one
what,
with the guy who just died last week, Walken. No,
Christopher Walken.
not Walken.
Rip Torn?
No, Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer just died a couple days
What
ago.
was that movie? Not the
Rutger
Deer
Hauer.
Hunter. What was the other Vietnam movie?
He would touch me. Somebody he would like shake hands with him, and he would be able to see their future and whatever. And he shook hands with a politician and realized this politician was going to destroy the world. And in that movie, what the fuck was the name of that movie?
Damn.
Martin Sheen was the president. Rutger Hauer was a psychic, and George C. Scott was a villain. And I can only remember one tiny little scene. You know, where
The comment section will blow up with the correct answer.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll,
yeah.
We'll leave it to the fans to.
And would you shed a bitter tear?
Yeah.
No, there's no sense in lying
They'll
about
correct
that.
Yeah.
They always do.
Would not be difficult, my Führer. I'm sorry, Mr. President. Nuclear reactors could
Oh my God.
It's like he's got somebody else's arm attached to his body or something.
Service organ. You will have to be selected for the sexual